Things have just lined up perfectly for the OKC Thunder. Now, thanks to a stroke of luck, this team will get a healthy sample size of additional game film on the roster's two biggest question marks heading into this next season. It was announced that both Nikola and Ousmane will be participating in the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket Cup for their respective countries. Before we get into these two guys' role on the Thunder team this last year, their roles on their team for the EuroBasket, what exactly the EuroBasket is and how it's going to help the Thunder front office make some decisions on this roster. Real quick, Gabriel Eversole here with Thunder Digest, where we have recently hit our goal of 6,000 subscribers, and we are trying to shoot up to 7K as fast as possible, guys. 68% of you guys watching aren't subscribed. The OKC Thunder just won 68 games in the NBA title, and they're trying to go back-to-back next season. But in the meantime, we've got you guys covered with everything OKC Thunder basketball. I'm talking signings, trades, draft, free agency, hopefully no more injuries, anything international regarding our guys like this. All of your news for the Thunder all in one spot with me and Bryson. Make sure you sub up. Without any further ado, let's get into the news of the day, which is two OKC Thunder players set to compete in the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket. After winning an NBA title earlier this summer, at least two members of Oklahoma City's roster will suit up for their country in August. So yes, like we saw, the team coming off of a long, tenuous season, a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. Not only that, also played a Game 7 in the Western semis against the Denver Nuggets. They played over 100 games total throughout the course of this season. They were able to finish it with the big exclamation point, and now Larry O'Brien resides in Oklahoma City. Nonetheless, this team is looking to stay sharp in the offseason, and they do that by keeping the role players intact as well as the championship core. We take a look at the moves made by this team this summer, right? We're not seeing a lot of transactions. This roster, they had the same 15 men inked for the next season as they had for the previous one. The only transaction, I'm not sure why ESPN does not have the Dylan Jones trade to Washington on here. That is what opened up a spot for us to draft Thomas Sorber. I do want that to be known. But nonetheless, when you're taking a look at the moves, all we're really seeing, we're seeing that 2022 class all getting their extensions, minus the guy we're talking about today, Ousmane. But we see J-Dub, Chet, and J. Will all signing extensions this offseason. We see A.J. Mitchell restructuring to a longer 3-year deal at $3 million annually, a great deal. And then we see the two guys coming in on the draft. That's, then like I said, Jalen Jones going out. That's the only transactions on the report this offseason, right? And this, guys, is a good thing for a team that just won a championship. You don't want to see a lot of turnover, but you do want to see them trying to make minute changes to stay ahead of the curve, such as a Thomas Sorber type of thing right there. But going into this next season, we need to find roles for two guys, right? When we take a look at these two guys on this team from last year, Nikola did not play one game because he was injured. He was the 12th overall pick for the OKC Thunder. We're going to take a look at his resume right now. A guy who was intended to play the point guard position for us. He's 6'6", 200 pounds, a larger frame for him, and he has great passing touch. He's an international guy out of Serbia, and he showed flashes of this and his ability, his ceiling, potential, whatever you want to call it. He showed it in the Summer League, right? But when we're talking about the Summer League, Nikola is supposed to be one of the better players on the court as the number 12 pick, as a guy who was around a championship team for 82 games last season, plus the playoffs. So a guy who's supposed to be able to play at that higher level in the Summer League, he now has a chance to compete against some better level guys in the EuroBasket. Because when we take a look at who exactly is playing the EuroBasket, we're seeing Ousmane and Nikola may have won an NBA title earlier this summer, but the two still have more to play for. With the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket tournament upcoming, each player is confirmed to play for their home country in the quadrennial European Basketball Championships. The event pits European nations against one another in 4 different host nations to determine the EuroBasket winners. Now, when I say that this was a stroke of luck for the Thunder in being able to assess these two players, it really truly is. And the reason why is because 2025 has EuroBasket, the first one since 2022. And then on top of that, they're not having the next one until 2029. So this is an event that has really went from being an every other year event. For a very long time, it was an every other year event where you could kind of count on this type of deal to get more action and assessment for these international players, to something that now is every 4 years. This is a tournament that's going to happen. They kind of got knocked off its hinges a little bit because of COVID, I believe, is what happened to push it to 22. But nonetheless, this is the first event that we're seeing in a few years out here, and we really are blessed to be able to see these two guys, especially these two guys, get these type of minutes with this quality competition in August, in September, whenever no basketball is really being played in this time at the professional level among NBA players. So to be able to see these guys go out there and play against this level of competition, competing for, as we see, Dieng will compete for Team France, while Topic, who has yet to play a regular season game with the OKC Thunder, is set to suit up for Team Serbia. Both Topic and Dieng will play alongside other NBA players as well. So like we saw, we're seeing Zachary Richichet, Alexander Sarr will be playing on Team France with Dieng. Those are two high draft picks. They were top 2 draft picks in the most recent draft. Not the one that just occurred, but the year before the guys go into their sophomore class. The top 2 picks that'll be on the team. So these are guys who are set to be getting heavy roles in the league, have high ceilings, high expectations, and you got to see Dieng go hoop alongside them and see what he's capable of. And for a guy like Dieng, this is very important because, like we're seeing, I made a video a couple of days ago about how he may be on the trade block for this team because he doesn't have a very clearly defined role. Hence why I said earlier about the question marks for this team. His role going into this next year is a question mark. And we see that if Dieng performs well in the international play, it may not make a big difference in his standing on the Thunder's roster, but it could help improve his trade value if Sam Presti and company elect to move on from the 4th-year wing. So like we see with Dieng, 4th-year wing, this guy was drafted in the same draft class as Chet, same draft class as J-Dub, guys making monumental impacts on our team, and he hasn't quite obviously been on that level yet for us production-wise. We're talking about a guy, we're taking a look at what he's done in his 3 years here. His minutes have went down by the year. His field goal attempts have went down by the year. His points have went down by the year. This is a guy who's just finding less opportunity on the court. Assists down by the year. He was able to bump up his rebounds again last year, but largely his numbers are just dipping a little bit slightly by the year as he finds less time, less role on the court. So for him to be able to go out here and hoop alongside quality NBA competition, guys getting real minutes in the NBA, to see how he stacks up against those without having to sacrifice these minutes, because the EuroBasket is going to be, it's a 5-game qualifier, bare minimum of 5 games will be played, and then you have the knockout stage. So then you're getting 6 games if they qualify, which France likely will be playing. So you're seeing 6, 7, maybe even 8 games out of these guys if they make it into the later stage of these tournaments. So you're talking real film, real assessment, real scouting that you can do and break down how they're going to perform against these guys at this level, because largely guys playing in the Summer League, guys playing the G, they're not hooping at the exact same level as the guys that are being picked in the lottery in the last NBA draft. So we're going to get to see these guys go out there, really perform at a high level competition. Yes, we saw Topic show flashes in the Summer League. Let's see how he performs against experienced NBA guys, right? So I'm excited to see it. We're going to see him playing with Nikola Jokic alongside the MVP. We're going to see him taking on more of like a complementary role that he would be taking on with our team this coming year, as opposed to the leadership role that him and AJ Mitchell largely carried for the Summer League team. Because on the Summer League team, AJ Mitchell, Topic, Brooks Barnheiser, those are the guys. But when they come into the NBA situation, the NBA minutes, they're going to be complimenting guys like Shai, Dub, Chet, Lou Dort, whoever they're going to be providing that consistent offense, they're going to be supplementing that off the bench. So to see them play in those side complementary roles throughout this tournament, it cannot be overestimated how big this is for our front office in assessing what we're going to do going forward. Do we want to move Dieng and open up another spot at the deadline for a roster move? We're going to have to see. Do we want to really dedicate minutes more to Topic or AJ Mitchell, because we largely know that Mitchell's a guy who played 4 years in college, a guy who was consistent last year and shot good splits, didn't turn the ball over. AJ Mitchell's a consistent player. You know what you're getting. But we can see kind of experiment where Topic's ceiling is going to be against these higher level like NBA guys based on this tournament. So this is a very large blessing for this team. It cannot be overstated how excited I am that these two guys will be playing. Plus, who doesn't want some hoops, at the end of August, whenever we're just getting that stretch before the NBA season, right before the Thunder kick back into basketball, and then this tournament will roll through September and get these guys just in shape for the NBA season. I'm excited to see what they can do. I'm very hyped that they're playing in it, and I'm very hyped it's these two guys playing in it. I can't stress that enough. This is perfect scouting for the Thunder front office, for Sam Presti, to make assessments on these guys and their roles on the team moving forward. Let me know what you guys think of these two guys, and let me know who you think is going to make a bigger impact on their team in the EuroBasket. Dieng on France or Topic on Serbia. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you sub up so you don't miss it. Gabriel Ebersol with Thunder Digest, out.